What's up, guys? Welcome to the round of 16 in CALLOUS Crew Challenge. This is a set ADV between Mikmer and z0mOG. Mikmer on team Numero Uno, z0mOG on team This Is Why. At the time of this match, it is 1-0 for Numero Uno because Nico took out Mikmer's teammate. No, I'm sorry, I'm getting this so backwards. Because Mikmer's teammate Nico took out z0mOG's teammate Ima. Therefore, Numero Uno is up 1-0, and should Mikmer win here, he will eliminate z0mOG's team. This is why. So here is the match. It is a best of 3. I hope you guys have been following and enjoying CALLOUS Crew Challenge, but we have only just begun. So, Mikmer on the bottom, z0mOG on the top, double T-Tire, and different choices here. Breloom comes into tower, a little unusual for Mikmer. This is obviously an offensive team, if that's the switch that he's making. He gets a Spore off, Focus Punch whiffs into a Gengar for z0m on the top, and z0m doubles back here because he doesn't want to get eaten by Pursuit Tire, so he knows that's coming. He goes to Cloyster, and man, despite resistance, it does not take Hydro Pump well, 43%, and one Focus Punch later, thing is dead. At least it gets a Spike off, but man, Cloyster is not a good Mon. Will-O-Wisp and Hydro Pump respectively, the burn connects. Now Bliss, Hydro Pump misses, not that it would have done a lot there, but nevertheless. And now Mikmer goes to a Gar of his own. Wish, and we end up with Tar on Tar. Of note, Mikmer's Tar, no lefties. So a Focus Punch interrupted here by a Wake Up Ice Beam. Crappy for Mikmer there. Swampert a lot of the time would have stayed asleep and taken a Focus Punch to the dome, but z0mOG got an early wake. Spore nevertheless puts it back to sleep, and here's T-Tar trying to catch Gengar, which Mikmer does do successfully. Like I said, no lefties. Maybe he's holding a Lumberry, but whatever he's got, he manages to eat Gengar there. And he's going to keep the pressure on Bliss with a Brick Break. Underwhelming Ice Beam back. And here is another Brick Break, forcing z0m to sit there and spam Soft Boiled. Now Swampert comes into a Brick Break. Breloom comes in again. Insta-dies to the spikes, but that's going to allow Charizard in without letting Swampert kill a Sleep Turn. But this Swampert seems not too tired. He again gets an early wake, and he wakes up and connects with a Hydro Pump. So unlucky there again for Mikmer. Hidden Power does a lot. Hydro Pump in Torrent range is going to rock the Charizard's world and get it out of here. And now Ice Beam coming down for T-Tar. Unusual set here. Pursuit, Brick Break, Ice Beam. Might not even be Crunch last move. Could be like Fire Blast or HP Grass or something. Nevertheless, it's going to be Rachi coming in for Mikmer. Going to go Ice Punch here. T-Tar reappears. Dynamic Punch, 70%, and Confusion. But through the Confusion and the imperfect accuracy, he gets Fire Blast off and connects anyway. Substitute again fishing for attacking himself in Confusion or a Fire Blast miss, neither of which occurs. Then he misses Thunder. A lot of bad things for Mikmer in this game, but finally z0mOG attacks himself. Substitute again, but Crunch is going to get him out of it. And now Thunder going to blank on Swampert. So z0mOG making a valiant comeback in this game. Ice Punch EQ. Mikmer now against the ropes. Gengar Pert against 3, plus an unknown in the back for z0m. Ice Punch here. Swampert with a good chance to survive from 22%. And he does, but a freeze kicks in at a great time for Mikmer. Saves the Gengar a Torrent Hydro Pump there. And z0m going to let it go. Still not showing the last poke. 3-2 situation. T-Tar reappears and gets rocked by a surprise Brick Break, forcing z0m to his last poke, Jirachi, previously unrevealed. Burnt Swampert comes in. Now Bliss in. Eats a Hydro Pump on the way in. Quite a bit in the way of hacks for this game. Swampert seemingly faster, goes Focus Punch anyway, an underwhelming 39% this time because of the burn. Focus Punch yet again, and Soft Boiled yet again. Mikmer hoping for a crit that he only has a limited window to actually get here. Switches it up to Hydro Pump and finds a crit there. It has been a haxy game. That leaves Zom with only Rachi here. Hydro Pump 44% despite the Calm Mind boost. This play I don't agree with for Mikmer. And we're going to pause here. I don't like this for Mikmer because I think that his only outs, we don't know the full Gengar set to be fair, but if he has something like Fire Punch, which I think is really unlikely, then he's going to have to play for a crit. If he has something like Destiny Bond, and he's certainly playing like he might have Destiny Bond, that's one of the only reasons to not just let the Swampert die here. What's the point of saving the Pert, right? It's going to come back in, it's going to die to the spike and the burn, so the Pert is as good as dead. The Pert is fucking useless here. It would be outsped and killed by the Jirachi either way. The thing has no purpose. So Mikmer plays here like he has Destiny Bond, so there's a brief moment here where Zom should really consider how realistic is it that Mikmer has Destiny Bond, but it's going to turn out that he doesn't have it, so I don't understand this play. As it turns out, the only real out for Mikmer was to fish for a freeze here, and by making this play, he gives himself one less opportunity to do it. What he could have done instead, let the Pert die, go for an Ice Punch, maybe you freeze, maybe you don't, you eat the attack back from Rachi, and then you get a second opportunity to get a freeze. But now, as it stands, with no D-Bond and no Fire Punch, you only have a one-turn window to freeze. Explosion there, I guess he thought was his only out. He was playing for a crit Explosion, which is why he played this way. The Swampert was still in the back. He thought his only way to win was to crit Boom. As it turns out, that would have been good enough. Had he crit there, Rachi would have died, and the burnt, dead to right Swampert would have won this game for Mikmer. But Zom is going to clutch this one out. Really back and forth. It felt like Mikmer was way ahead, and then it felt like Zom was ahead. It just back and forth game, and quite a bit of hacks in this one as well. Best of 3, and we will move to game 2. Bearing in mind here that if Zom wins, we simply go to a third series, whereas if Mikmer wins, it's the end of the tournament for Zom's team. Zom and his team, this is why, are eliminated if Mikmer manages to make this comeback. But yeah, 1-0 lead for Zom, gets 2 spikes down via Scarm to get eaten by a Mag. Huge brick break there. That's either a modest, not very invested Bliss, or far more likely it is simply a Choice Band Mence from Zom. Hidden Power Grass into the other Mence, so good anticipation there for Mikmer. Ice Beam comes in, no justice in the world though, even though Mag was a great switch there, he gets 10% frozen, then he gets trapped by the other Mag and picked off, brings us to a 5-5 situation. Hidden Power Grass, a little greedy for Mikmer, plays like the opposing Coon was going to come in and gets punished for it with a T-Wave. He switches it up a turn too late to try to Fire Blast the Magneton, but that doesn't connect, it hits the Coon instead, and here's another 10% freeze that z0mOG benefits from. He is catching breaks when he is already up a game. Gotta be frustrating for Mikmer. Stays in with Lax trying to wake up so he can just blow the fuck up on the Celebi. But it's just not happening. He is frozen solid yet again. Meta comes in, Psychic, no problem, 4x resisted, Leech Seed, Boom respectively, Celebi gone, but Mikmer in a deep hole right here. It looks like it's 4-4, and like technically it is, but the Lax is very low and frozen, and he also got his Mence paralyzed from the Magneton by over-predicting HP Grass earlier. So this is going to be a tough game from this position for Mikmer to win. He does have this potential out in Curse Pert, but Zom sneaks in the doll at the right time, gets Explosion off, severely hurts the Swampert here, and he manages to follow up with his own Mag, which doesn't have HP Grass, but he does connect with Toxic. So now the opposing Coon comes in. Swampert with Curse almost always has rest, and he's going to have to do that at some point, or he's going to lose to the Coon, and he thinks now is the time. So he's very, very boosted, but how well is he going to take these Surfs from Coon? Spoiler alert, not very. 39%, big chunks. And yeah, I mean, even without a crit, he's boned. He's a one-turn window to find a crit himself with Earthquake there, and he just doesn't find it. And when the Surf takes out the Swampert, Mikmer going to pack it up, pack it in. He's going to concede, and it's going to be a 2-0 victory for z0mOG here, who's going to put the fate of his team in the hands of his teammate, Genesis 7. He'll have to fight Mikmer's teammate, X-Ray, to determine which team makes it to the round of 8 and which team is eliminated. I have already covered that match in my highlight video. If you haven't watched that, go back and do that. But in real time, this entire series has already ended and one of the teams has already been eliminated. Not going to spoil that for you. Go back and check out the highlight video if you've not done so already, and you will know what happened with this series. I hope you like the set. I hope you're enjoying CALLOUS Crew Challenge. We are very early on. A lot more games to come. Please do leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed the content. Consider joining the Discord server, link in the description, and I will see you guys in the next video.